If he's a pogchamp, responds to racist tweets saying that white lives don't matter. What is going on Twitch, dude? Like, what? Literally, what is happening?
I just want to comment. About so what's happening is, because I'm kind of seeing it a little bit on Twitter plus in here, someone shared that a conglomeration of all the times I said white feelings don't matter, and now using that as a tirade against me.
Did they lie? No, not at all.
Entire people and defending insurrectionists and people who did some headassery.
Period.
I'm saying that when you say white lives matter, they don't. And I'll say that again, whether I'm a Twitch partner or not.
Who is this? I need to follow this man. Oh, I want to read what people are saying.
The only reason why.
Let's see what people are saying in the comments. At this point, just draw a fucking pogchamp promote and slap it on there. Honestly, yes. Emotes. Okay, so now people are like upset that it's like a real person because of this. Emotes don't need to be real people. Pepe has been successful without it, and it seems like people will get canceled sooner or later. Well, someone did joke yesterday saying, I wonder how long it'll take for the person behind the next pog will have their old tweets dug up. I guess less than 24 hours. I mean, like, he didn't even say anything wrong. What else are people saying? The thing that bothers me the most about this whole thing is that somehow they think that Twitch is only an American platform. As a European, it's very bizarre. Maybe he should have worded it differently. Well, if you're European, you're not white. That's not the same. That's not the same thing. I guess, well, you know, the thing is, I can't say because, like, I'm not from Europe, so I don't know. But I know that white European culture and American white culture is very different. And the Black Lives Matter movement originated in America and was met with the White Lives Matter movement, which was also created in America. So I don't think that has anything to do with you. The thing that bothers me, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to be involved in US politics as a European. That just sounds racist and offensive. Okay. Sounds like that because it is, no way around it. And the way he digs his heels and okay, people are like insane. Like Twitch, I'm so like, I love Twitch, okay? I love being a Twitch streamer. I love our community because like we all know each other, we all hang out with each other, we have a great time. But there are some communities on here that are just so full of racist people. Like I read on Twitter yesterday that this black streamer got harassed by a bunch of people from this guy's chat. He went in there himself and they all harassed her and were like calling her the N-word and all this stuff. And then Twitch never does anything. Like there are never any repercussions for people that are like racist or homophobic or like misogynistic. Like it's allowed to run rampant. But when people are called like which I'm technically not even allowed to say, or like which I'm not allowed to say, you get in trouble. Like it doesn't make any sense. And like obviously like you can't teach everybody to understand that this isn't racist because like we don't live in like a vacuum or like a bubble or something, but it's like almost too much at some point. Like sometimes it's just like too much. Some communities are just so toxic and like it's just like really sad and unfortunate. Like I talk about it all the time on Twitter. Like when I first started streaming, I'd have like one person in here and like one or two people would come in from time to time. But like there would always at one point in the night be someone that would come in and like say a racial slur or like say something like incredibly inappropriate just because they knew that they could. I wish that Twitch just did a better job like handling racism and policing racism on the platform because they're honestly pretty at it, to be completely honest. GG Twitch, definitely not problematic at all. It's not even problematic. Like it's not even problematic. What the is this? I'm not on Reddit enough to understand what is happening. A lot of people for some reason don't understand what the word racism means or confuse it. They think of racism institutionalized racism, so racists can't have racism enacted on them, but a lot of them will automatically tell you that you can't racially discriminate against white people. Okay, I can't even read this anymore because it's literally like, you guys sound so stupid. Like, what? This is dumb as racism aside, a lot of girls have lighter faces because of makeup. What does that have to do with anything? If we're not allowed to talk about politics on LSF, why is this up here? For people to dogpile like a black streamer. Like it doesn't make any sense to me if they're constantly taking down posts about racism, but they allow things like this to be up. And it's up for a reason because they know that people are gonna say and it makes me upset. Like, I never see black streamers on here, and the one time that I do, it's like him saying things that are correct, and it's just a bunch of people just like yelling about how he's being racist and not even focusing on what he had to say. It just makes me upset. I'm calling around 75 comments. Blah, 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 blah. See, like, who would have guessed that putting random streamers on as Pog would bring so much drama and meme potential? I dig it. Like, you sound so stupid. Not a very PogChamp moment. It's just so insufferable. Like, if you're gonna post black streamers on here, don't post them so that people can just like jump on them. Like, it's just very frustrating. Like, okay, let's see how many other black streamers are on here. We have one, the one that talked about white lives or whatever. We have Hassan defending him. And then let's see how long it takes. So far we have 2 non-white people. Oh wait, Tyler won 2. So 3. And it's rarely ever black women. I don't think I've ever seen a black woman on LSF, or on the front page at least, which isn't to say that that's anybody's fault or anything, but it's just an observation. And I think it's an observation that should be noted, because there's a reason as to why there's not. And maybe you should ask yourself why there's a potential reason why there aren't any black women ever on LSF, like ever. And I'm just now coming to the realization that I rarely ever see any black women on LSF. And that's how like most streamers become famous. Not famous, but like popular at least, or like, grow a following. Like, I'm just driving myself insane at this point talking about it. And I think that also stems from the groups that other streamers like hang out with. But it would be nice to see like my other like streamers that I watch like playing with like black like female streamers. I know of like a handful that do, but like rarely ever do I see it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed, and that whole situation just like made me very upset.
Tomorrow.
Oh, today's new pogchamp. Let's see. Hello, I am currently editing this, and I just wanted to preface this by saying I don't know why it looks like it was recorded on a 2006 Dell desktop. I can't answer that question. My bitrate was all over the place, and at one point my stream just turned off on its own. So that's why it looks like that, okay? I know it looks like a slideshow from the 5th grade. You don't have to tell me. Let's see if anybody has anything to say about the new PogChamp today, shall we? Let's see. Strong 8. Correct expression. Facing right. Identifiably PogChamp. Bonus for being the new streamer record holder. I guess nobody looked up their fucking tweets about white people. I guess that only occurs when you're black and you become an emote or something. There's nothing about racism. Yesterday was so toxic, but today there's nothing. Very interesting.